My name is Vardit, and I'm a bioethicist at the University of Montreal in Canada. I think the criticism of women who become mothers after 40 is really misguided. We have gone through enormous social and cultural changes over the last few decades. Women are now encouraged to pursue education, higher education, training, pursue their careers, become economically stable before they start their families. And actually, they don't consider having a baby in their 20s anymore. Sometimes they start thinking about it in their mid-30s and later. This is a cultural reality and also an economic reality in which we need two-income families, and women are expected to establish themselves financially before bringing a child into the world. That's the message that we're. So I think the problem is that we're looking at this at a very individualistic level. We're criticizing individual women for making individual decisions about motherhood. What we need to do is look at the social, the collective level. What are the cultural and economic forces that shape our society today? And how can we adopt public policies that really open up options for women, that really promote their autonomy and their freedom? I think that the fact that women today have more access to contraceptive options on one hand and reproductive technologies on the other is a wonderful thing. I think it empowers them, it enables them to make a wider range of options and to create the families that they want. And these developments are welcome, they're positive. I absolutely cherish them. At the same time, I think as a society, we should create the mechanisms that support families whenever women decide to have them. Better maternity leave, child benefits, better support systems for families, so that women actually have the freedom to start their families when they desire. Yes, I do think we're under a lot of pressure to do everything at once. When I look within my own milieu, in my own reality of academia, it takes a minimum of 10 years to get your PhD. Then you're supposed to do a postdoc. Then you're supposed to find a tenure-track position and fight for tenure for a bunch of years. So really, you are in your late 30s by the time you have any sort of job security or financial stability. And it's just, the case is similar for many other professions and careers. At the same time, we're expected to to start a family project while we're still fertile and young enough. So yeah, I do believe we're under unreasonable pressure to do everything at once. I think that the up-and-coming technology of safely freezing the unfertilized egg really opens up new options for women, and that is already a reality. I think that women who have crossed maybe the point of 30 might in the future be encouraged from a clinical perspective to extract eggs and freeze them as sort of a guarantee so that when they find the right person and decide to conceive, they're significantly increasing their chances of successfully conceiving. I see this as yet another element in enhancing and promoting reproductive autonomy. One point to take into consideration is that the process of extracting eggs is not without risk. We're not fully aware of these risks because we haven't done the appropriate research to assess them. But I think one cycle in order to harvest eggs for later use for the woman herself might be a really good idea for a lot of women and really open up clinically effective options that really promote reproductive autonomy. I think we're coping today with two types of arguments or two types of criticism regarding later motherhood. One is very clinical. It's about the risks of using older eggs, the risks of pregnancy late in life, the risks of premature birth, and therefore the risks for the fetus and the baby. In terms of those arguments, freezing younger eggs and using them later in life could provide an answer to some of those critiques. At the same time, we're also coping dealing with a very different type of criticism, which is that it's ethically wrong to have a child later in life because you're going to be an older parent and you will not be able to be there for your child as they reach adulthood or they go deep into adulthood. This is a different type of argument, and freezing young eggs is not going to help us with that. I think it's an ethically guided argument for a bunch of other reasons, but it's also something that we should address. If we're going to criticize women for becoming mothers at a certain age, we're opening the door to a host of other critiques, such as women who decide to become mothers without a minimal level of education, without a minimal level of financial stability, maybe in a certain situation, maybe based on their mental health. I think this is a very dangerous